Hi, I'm Kevin from New Era Electronics, here with another little box. This one's from IEI. This is called the uIBX 250BW, bit of a mouthful. And again, I said this one's a little box, and we've been getting a lot of these little boxes in, a lot of them in kind of the Nook form factor. And this one, again, is not quite the Nook form factor. It's a little bit different. This one's rectangular and slightly bigger, but I'd say it falls into that same sort of category. What I do find interesting about this one that differentiates it from a lot of these little boxes is, one, you'll see that it is fanless. You can see kind of the extruded aluminum. It has a bit more of a rugged design. But also the I/O I find quite differentiates this one. And so I'd like to go into that first of all. So taking a look first, you'll see there's a VGA port. There's two USB 3.0s. There is a line in, line out, and a power button. Those are all pretty standard for these kinds of boxes. So let's take a look on the other side and see really what makes this thing different. So there's an HDMI. That's good, another video port. There's not one, but there's actually two LAN ports on this. So a lot of these little boxes, especially these Nook form factor boxes, I've been seeing only one LAN. And that's fine, for a lot of people and a lot of different applications, but I know a lot of our customers and a lot of you out there, one LAN just won't cut it. So it's great that for whatever application you have, there's two LAN here. So that's an option to use. And at first glance, maybe it looks like there's four, but actually these two are indeed RJ45 ports, but they're for serial. They're serial ports. Basically, it says right here, RS-232, 422, and 485. So, and basically, instead of a DB15 connector, you have these RJ45s, and basically, this box for us, it came with two of these little cables, and basically, you just plug it in right there, and then you have a DB15 connector. Now, I understand why they went with that, and I think it was a good idea to go with the RJ45 because there's the obvious space constraint. I don't know where they would have fit to otherwise. I haven't seen it to be a problem. None of our customers that I've seen have seen this to be a problem, but kind of you may want to use your own judgment on that and see what you think of that. Then there's two more USB 3.0s, and there is a DC input right there, just for the power. So yeah, I think you can see right there, I do quite like this system. It's very different from a lot of these small systems that we've been getting in. So you can see there's a big differentiator in terms of just kind of the construction as well as the I/O. And by the way, it's not pictured here obviously, but the operating temperature on this one is -20 to +60. It's also got some specs for vibration and shock, which makes it a bit more of a rugged, versatile unit, which I quite like as well. So next thing to do, obviously, would be to open this thing up, as I do like to do in these videos, and so we can get a bit of a show and tell going. So let me open that up. Okay, so now we've got this thing open, we can take a look on the inside. First thing you notice, I'm sure, as you probably surmised, this thing is very densely packed. It is a small system, there's lots of I/O. So aside from that, right here, probably the first thing that stands out is the SODIMM RAM slot that is right there. Currently got 2 gigabytes of RAM in here, but it can support up to 8 gigabytes of RAM. Aside from that, there is a mini PCI Express connector. It is co-lay with an mSATA. So if you need both of those in there, you kind of have to make a compromise just for the space, basically. But I wouldn't really fret on that because if you do need a mini PCI Express card, there is a SATA connector. And you can mount an SSD on the top here, or a hard drive. Though to properly utilize the vibration protection, shock resistance, and the wide temperature rating, SSD is probably the way to go. Another topic of interest would probably be OS support. If you're interested, what does this support in terms of OSs? So the prelim data sheets that I currently have, Windows 7, Windows 8, that's what it currently says as of this recording. But I really can't see it not supporting Windows 10, and I know we have some people using it with certain Linux distributions right now. So I'll update that in the description below in terms of kind of what OS support this is going to have. Aside from that, if you have any other questions, be sure to drop them in the comments below or hit us up on the contact page on our website, and we'll try to answer you as best as possible. All that aside, I hope you learned something from this video. I hope you found it interesting, and I'll see you again in another video. This video is presented by NewEraElectronics.com. For more info on related topics, check out the New Era blog.